Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. I've seen this where there's a big issue with regard to the Trump, Harris, Kamala defeat, and with regard to women's rights and what that might bring. So let's listen to what this young lady has to say. And a lot of men are like, oh yeah, yeah, they can't do that anymore. I've even women seen videos of women are saying, "Hey, we need to go ahead and do a protest, and we're not going to have any intimate relations with these men for the next 4 years." So listen to what this lady has to say. I think it's very interesting. Okay, so here we go.
If you thought you were involuntarily celibate before, wait until you see what women are like when they realize that having one of your babies could cost them their life. Oh, you definitely won't be getting any. And you know what? It's what you deserve. Now these women can focus on their careers. They can focus on their female friendships. You already hate the fact that there are rich aunties out there.
Yes, and that is so true. If you are a female and you're like, hey, I'm kid free, child free, everyone's different. Nowhere it says you just have to be a female. Okay, you gotta reproduce. And in this day and age, reproduce with what? With who? So let me start it over. That is so true. Those are the women that go on attack. And I think she has a point. Women are now, you realize, okay, it's getting a little stringent. I think some women are going to go ahead and change their perception. This is a good way to decenter men from your lives.
If you thought you were involuntarily celibate before, wait until you see what women are like when they realize that having one of your babies could cost them their life. Oh, you definitely won't be getting any. And you know what? It's what you deserve. Now these women can focus on their careers. They can focus on their female friendships. You already hate the fact that there are rich aunties out there, child free and happy. You just made even more of them. You said you were going to get your passport, but you didn't do that. You said there's no need. You can change the laws right here. Good luck with that because these women aren't risking it. But shout out to the child free women who are really appreciating the life that they're living, where they're not with a man who thinks that everything that has to do with that child is your responsibility. You thought that you were really going to stick it to women, but what you really did was you're going to let them realize how amazing life is for some of them without children. Some of your genes do need to die off. So I know you wanted a legacy. You wanted a little mini me to be as mediocre as you are. Now you won't even get that.
Whoa. Wait. So again, a lot of them, they really think, oh, okay, what's going on in the country, Roe versus Wade. Oh yeah, these women, it's gonna put them in check. No, women are a lot more resilient than you might think we are. And I think she's right. A good time, I say to these centermen, well, of course, duh, especially these dusties. But no, I think she's right. A lot of them are going to realize, hey, you can have a full life and be happy. You don't have to be a mama if that's not what you want to do.
Feel free and happy. You just made even more of them.
Exactly. Some of these men are on these platforms, they're on Twitter, YouTube, and they're just like, oh yeah, they're going to learn today. What are you talking about? Oh, they just can't go ahead and cancel that pregnancy if they want to. They're going to make wiser choices. And I think it's going to be a wake up call for women. As Black women, we're really, you're putting your life on the line when you go to the hospital because, they don't listen to us. And there is a major mortality rate. They don't care about us. Hey, guess what? The community as a whole doesn't care about us either. So this right here, it's not putting women on some lockdown. Sure, it's causing some discomfort, some concern. But there are women out here who are going to say, hey, you know what? Maybe it's time to change the algorithm. Everything is not going to be about getting some man and getting married and having his children. And especially if you're talking 50-50. Oh, you get to go ahead and work a job, girl, pay half of these bills and go ahead and give birth, 6 weeks off. And then you get to, guess what? Go back to that full-time job and all that housework. Oh, and raise the baby. It's all on you, and breastfeed. Get up every 2 hours to breastfeed for maybe a couple of months, but still make it to that full-time job because you got to pay your 50-50. And then you got to raise a child by yourself. He comes on and sits on his butt. You got to do the cooking and the cleaning and the grocery shopping. and then if something goes wrong with the pregnancy, you could lose you. Your life could be in danger. And if you have a miscarriage, well, you might find yourself in facing an investigation because they want to make sure that you didn't do anything.
They can focus on their female friendships.
Yes, this might be a time, and I think it will be a time when women are going to rethink things. And it's like, is it really worth it? There is a reaction to each action. An action causes a reaction. So a lot of women, I think, are going to go ahead and get the wake up call. This is not going to force like some men think, oh yeah, this right here is going to set them straight. This is going to go ahead and humble them. No, it's not. We're going to we're not going to work harder, but we're going to go ahead and think smarter.
Of their life. Oh, you definitely won't be getting any.
And that is so true, especially carrying the seed of poverty to any of them. But that right there, it could cost you your life by having his child. And don't forget, if he gets mad, then that could still cost you your life because he might
See
unalive
what
you.
women are like when they realize that having one of your babies could cost them their life. Oh, you definitely won't be getting any. And you know what? It's what you deserve. But now these women can focus on their careers. They can focus on their female friendships. You already hate the fact that there are rich aunties out there, child free and happy.
Mm-hmm.
You just made even more of them. You said you were going to get your passport, but you didn't do that. You said there's no need. You can change the laws right here. Good luck with that because these women aren't risking it. But shout out to the child free women who are really appreciating the life that they're living, where they're not with a man who thinks that everything that has to do with that child is your responsibility. You thought that you were really going to stick it to women, but what you really did was you're going to let them realize how amazing life is for some of them without children. Some of your genes do need to die off. So I know you wanted a legacy. You wanted a little mini me to be as mediocre as you are. Now you won't even get that.
Wow. Wow. And I know it sounds really harsh, but the part where she said about some of their genes need to die out.
Really gonna stick it to women, but what you really did was you're gonna let them realize how amazing life is for some of them without children.
A lot of these women that are on these trips, they're traveling, especially these black women, they're going places out of the country, living their lives. A lot of them don't have children. And sometimes a woman can have a man. Guess what? I heard a lady say this and I like totally get it. She says, being married to this guy, and I know her husband. I thought he was a pretty, up to standard guy. She said, as a wife, and I believe her, she said, having him as her husband is like having a second child. She said everything is on her, and they both had corporate careers. Everything is on her. He said it's like taking care of a second child. Everything is on her. And once he does his job, goes to work and come home, he does things. Okay, it's time for me to sit down, relax, wait for you to get dinner together. I'm gonna watch TV and play games. She leaves her full-time job. Oh, she picks up the child from daycare, by the way. Then she comes home on her feet again, cooking dinner. He likes home cooked meals. And I don't mean like 2 or 3 times a week. No, she's cooking dinner like 5, 6 days a week. Really 7 when you count Sunday. On the weekend, they might get something out. So sometimes it's 7. So she leaves a full-time job and she comes home, gets the baby in, may have to go to the grocery store, and then she gets dinner done and all that, and then cleans up the kitchen, and then bathes the baby, put the baby to bed, and now he wants you to pull out some lingerie. And if you don't, you're not taking care of your man. Are you serious? Then he complained about her gaining weight. Get up again. Up at what, 5:30 in the morning, 6? Because you got to get the child to daycare before you even get your day started. Work a full 8 hours on the job. Then go get the child in traffic. Go home. If you're lucky, you don't have to go to the grocery store and clean and do it all over again and see about the baby. And what's he doing? He just leaves the office. He go home and chill. Do what he's gonna go ahead and do. He might stop every now and then by his mother's house, or hey, he may. Oh yeah, I'm home a little late. Where'd he been? Where'd he go? Oh, he decided to stop at the meet his friend in a bar and have a drink. She doesn't have that option. She is tired, worn out, just exhausted. On the weekend, she stops sleeping late, running errands, cooking and cleaning again. That's what she's doing. On Sunday, up, get ready to go to the church, get the child ready. And then after that, oh, let me guess, gotta have a Sunday dinner. I think not. And after that wonderful dinner, clean up the mess that was made. Might get maybe an hour or so to relax. And then don't forget, you gotta, he wants you to honestly and truly, dote on him, be there for your man and pay attention. Well, a lot of women are paying attention, and that's why I think a lot of them aren't choosing that route, especially if you're talking about a 50-50 and kids in it too. I think not. I think not. So this right here, it definitely appears to be a setback, but it's going to cause a lot of women to think, you know what? This right here is totally adverse to me, my body, my reproductive system. It is totally adverse. So I think what's going to happen, it may seem more like it's not a punishment. To some women, they're going to realize, I better put me first. Because when you're in danger, you have a child, it could endanger your life. Depends on where you are. It could be an issue. Florida voted yes on Amendment 4 to keep the government out of it. We'll see how that turns out. But yeah, this right here, some of these men, again, I said before, I don't care if a man is married, if a man has relations with a woman, has children. Some of these men still hate women. Some of these men hate their mothers. Are you kidding me? They hate women. I don't care if he's got a woman. Some of these men hate women. Some of them are not living on their true purpose. They are doing what they were told to do. You get married to a woman and you have kids. Not really happy. Some of them still hate women. And why do you think if it's a divorce or something goes wrong, Dusty Dan, he's the gun or choke him out man, the stabbing man. Better watch out for little TT Tyrone, or he got mad and things went wrong. Some of these men hate women. So yeah, some change, a major change in the universe or rules, policies, that's gonna make a lot of and I agree with her. They're gonna start thinking, you know what? I think I better make my life about me. Is it worth it? I better make my life all about me. Some of us going to decide, you know what? I think I am going to become that rich auntie. Oh, yeah. First of all, there's no glamour. There's no wonderful thing about breeding the seed of poverty. D, we already know the responsibility is going to be on thee. Anything that goes wrong, I bet that child was raised by a single parent, a single mother. Oh, yeah. This may be what I think is happening right now. This may be what I call the unexpected birth control. Oh, yeah. Unexpected birth control. They may not see what's about to happen. A lot of women are going to make their lives about them. They're not going to be concentrating on just having some man's kids. And she also said, what at the very end? I'm going to play it again.
If you thought you were involuntarily celibate.
So I think she's right. I think a lot of women are going to decide, you know what? I don't think this is worth it. It doesn't what? As we said before on this channel, it doesn't serve my interests.
If you thought you were involuntarily celibate before, wait until you see what women are like when they realize that having one of your babies could cost them their life. Oh, you definitely won't be getting any. And you know what? It's what you deserve. Now these women can focus on their careers. They can focus on their female friendships. You already hate the fact that there are rich aunties out there, child-free and happy. You just made even more of them. You said you were going to get your passport, but you didn't do that. You said there's no need. You can change the laws right here. Good luck with that because these women aren't risking it. But shout out to the child-free women who are really appreciating the life that they're living, where they're not with a man who thinks that everything that has to do with that child is your responsibility. You thought that you were really going to stick it to women, but what you really did was you're going to let them realize how amazing life is for some of them without children. Some of your genes do need to die off. So I know you wanted a legacy. You wanted a little mini me to be as mediocre as you are. Wow. Now you won't even get that.
Wow. Oh my gosh. A mediocre mini me. She is so cute and so astute. I love it. Me, and don't forget, and if it's one of those angry ones, don't forget, you might be carrying the seed of poverty. Who trying to sit up here, give birth, turn around and get murked? It's in all nationalities. Little TG doing it, Peter doing, Julio doing it. One that killed his mother. It was a minor request in the home. It was old mijo. Oh, little mijo unalived his mother. I think it was 14. Dang. So women, I think now we need to go ahead and definitely perfect our game, and the game is you. The prize is you. Women, you know what? It's time we really start winning. Decenter men for your life. Don't be afraid to be that rich auntie. Don't be afraid to be that child-free, happy me. If not, you made it with a Dusty. And you already know Dusty's bring drama, heartache, and trauma. The financial implications, besides them unaliving you. Child, it's too many of these clowns in the nation, and I'm out. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think.